Yeah.
But it's what it is. I love people, and I love the and when they're going to be in a federal position of precedence.
Well, that has to do with the supremacy clause.
And ultimately,
that were, by the abolitionists, those would have been gone. Okay, so that would have gave the South more power to do the things that they couldn't do. So that's why they said the 3/5 compromise, because then if it's 3/5 compromise, they don't get that power. But of course they're people, so they have to say something, and that's where this came into play. Because if it wasn't for that, this country would have looked a lot differently.
So you're suggesting that it was okay for slaves' bodies to not only be used for labor, but also used to empower those who are harming them to be fairly represented in government?
I think it's absolutely, they should have been used, period.
Okay, so then we agree on that.
Yeah,
so we agree on that.
It was absolutely abhorrent. There is no excuse for it. There's no justification for it.
Where's the argument? Because ultimately, when there was an opportunity in Reconstruction for there to be equality and humans considered in a real way and protected,
Democrats torched it.
And so did Republicans.
Yes. As well as the Supreme Court. That's actually more important. What we have to acknowledge.
And so did the Republicans. So here's the fact checks right here. The Supreme Court made a number of decisions that hindered racial equality during Reconstruction. That included the infamous Plessy versus Ferguson separate but equal decision, which allowed segregation. So this is talking about seats. Right now, they have different states where the governors are saying, well, if the senators don't go back in Texas, there's nothing we can do. They can be arrested. Of course, they didn't get arrested. They went back, and two of the Democrats went ahead and allowed the vote to happen because they're saying this is a state matter. We're not going to intervene. And if it comes to us, if it comes up to us, what we're going to do is send it back to the state. See, this allows segregation. So when I say slavery isn't over, I was born in 1967 and I was born into slavery. New Jersey was the last state to get rid of slavery. This is what I'm talking about. Slavery was still allowed. Segregation was still allowed. They have to continually pass a law so that we are not enslaved. Some people, and I keep saying, the Democrats and Republicans are 20%. The rest of us are 80%, and we can outnumber them and start our own